Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Monday the 10th of February 2025. In today's Millwall news, the draw has been drawn. And who did we drew? We drew Crystal Palace. Well, we drew Doncaster or Crystal Palace, but Crystal Palace won 2-0 tonight away up at Doncaster. So, yes, here we go. This was the full draw. As you can see, Doncaster Rovers or Crystal Palace versus Millwall. So it's an away game at Selhurst Park. And there are 8 games. And in this round of FA Cup that we've just had, there were 9 games on television. So I would imagine that probably every single one of these games will be on television. So that means the game won't be at Saturday at 3 o'clock. So we know that. But when will it be? Friday night? Almost certainly not. Saturday morning? Likely. Sunday morning? Probably more likely. Saturday 5 o'clock, Saturday 8 o'clock, Sunday 8 o'clock, Monday night, Tuesday night, any time of day on any day except for Saturday at 3 o'clock. So yeah, it's personally not a game I would have wanted. Obviously we've got the Romain Esse thing going on. He's just left us. A decision which, when it was happening, a lot of people were digging the club and digging Steve Gallen out. And then what's happened since then is that the money from that sale, even though obviously it's not come through yet, but obviously we have agreements in place that the money will be coming over the next couple of seasons, and there might be some more bonuses, etc., if certain details are met. But, the money from Romain Esse's sale to Crystal Palace has enabled us to sign these 8 players in this window, just in this window, and to buy back the Calmont Road freehold of the training ground. And God knows what else we're going to do. I think there's still some money left. Obviously, we're going to have the Zion Fleming money as well. So all in all, it's 20 mil. So we wait to see. But yeah, and again, even if that wasn't the case with the Romain Esse thing, like, you want a big club or you want a small club that you can compete against and beat and knock them out and get into the next round. Realistically, those teams are Cardiff and Preston. Maybe Plymouth. Like, to get a bottom of the table Premier League team, it's not really what you want, is it? Especially, obviously, it's a Crystal Palace, so there's a local derby thing. But obviously the fans are up for it. The fans, however many we get, obviously they're going to try and gyp us on the tickets, and of course they are. Those site safety concerns, etc. But yeah, Crystal Palace versus Millwall in the 5th round of the FA Cup, vying for a place in the quarterfinals. And let's say we do. I like, from what I've seen so far under Alex Neil, there's no reason to suggest why we couldn't compete in this game, to be honest with you. So it's not like, oh no, we're going to get beat. Like, I wouldn't say that. I say we have a chance, but you would have preferred to play a team that you got even more of a chance against. So if we do, let's say we do get through, I mean, it seems to be opening them up. You got Newcastle versus Brighton, so one of them will get knocked out. You got Bournemouth versus Wolves, one of them will get knocked out. And then you imagine Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich, so one of them got knocked out. So the Premier League teams are whittling themselves down. I mean, man, the Preston North End versus Burnley, that's a Lancashire derby. That's going to be a bit fierce as well. Obviously the West London derby in terms of Manchester United versus Fulham. So is that where most of Manchester United's fans come from, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, not the worst of draws, but well, it is really because it's a middling draw. Like I said, it's not an easy team that you can beat, and it's not a really glamour tie like Newcastle away or Man United away or Man United at home. So yeah, just obviously ties in the fifth round will be staged across the weekend of Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd of March, with the full schedule and broadcast details to be confirmed in due course following discussions with club, broadcast partners and local authorities. So there you go. Keep you informed of that. Now it's moving on to some post-match comments. This is from the southwarknews.co.uk. Millwall head coach. Club record signing was excellent during Leeds win. Alex Neil said club record signing Camiel Neghli was excellent in his debut. Neghli started on the right wing in Mill's 2-0 win against Leeds United in the FA Cup fourth round on Saturday, only just over a week after the Lions broke their transfer fee to sign the Dutchman from Sparta Rotterdam. The 23-year-old played the first 68 minutes of the match, attempting 4 crosses and 1 shot, and linking up nicely with fellow January signing attacking midfielder Luke Cundle. Oh, he was excellent, Neil said. I thought his understanding of his position on the pitch was very good. I thought there were a few times where we released him down the side and weave past people and come inside and link the game for us. And he's very comfortable on the ball, so he doesn't panic when the ball lands to him. I think he'll carry a goal threat as we go forward as well. Indeed, you hope. That's the thing with these players, You got the young players who are good, and you hope that when you play them at this level, that they'll learn a few things, they'll start picking up things, and they'll start getting better and better and better and better. I believe that's called asset appreciation. Yeah. Moving on to this, also from southwarknews.co.uk. Alex Neil praises assured Mill goalkeeper after keeping clean sheet against league leaders. Alex Neil praised goalkeeper Liam Roberts for an ensured performance between the sticks during Mill's 2-0 win against Leeds United in the FA Cup fourth round on Saturday, and said he knew Roberts would have to play well if the Lions wanted to win. Roberts, 30, previously started just 3 games for Millwall this season, 1 League Cup game in relief of the injured Lucas Jensen, and 2 Cup games. So it was called upon on the weekend to put in an impressive performance, saving a penalty en route to keeping a clean sheet against the league leaders who had put 7 goals past Cardiff the week before. Well, you're going to have to defend your box well. You're going to have to rely on your goalkeeper on occasions when you play Leeds, Neil said. I mean, you're not going to have it where it's all one way, they're going to have opportunities because they're a very good side. And we've got real quality in attacking areas, and I think the stats suggest that over the course of the season. So we knew we were going to have to defend, we knew our goalkeeper was going to have a good game, and the flip side of that is just to make sure we're not passive in the match, which, we weren't. So that was probably the most pleasing thing. I thought we needed Liam, and he was very assured in what he did. Indeed. Now, does he stay in for the next game or what? I don't think I'm not sure. I don't know. Interesting. Now, he has played in a number of games. So he's played in a league game. He's played in this FA Cup game. He's played in 2 League Cup games. So how many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 games, right? He's played in 4 games, and he came off the bench and played like 5 minutes of the league game as well. How many goals has he conceded? 1. Interesting enough, though, that was against Leyton Orient, and which led to a 1-0 defeat. But only conceding 1 goal in his 4 starts. And you think, so 2 of those were against Portsmouth, 1 was against Leeds, and so I mean, so he hasn't conceded a goal against a championship team when he's played. Man, I mean, wow. That's something else, isn't it? So now, moving on to this from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. Seems I've got some words from the goalkeeper himself. Millwall goalkeeper highlights reason behind Leeds penalty stop in FA Cup win. Liam Roberts credited the homework that goalkeeper coach Andy Marshall and analyst Dan McClune ahead of his penalty stop in Mill's 2-0 win at Leeds in the FA Cup on Saturday. Femi Aziz scored twice to hand the Lions a surprise lead over the Championship League leaders before a penalty decision against new signing Luke Cundle seemed set to help the Leeds back into the game. Well, more on that in a minute. Pascal Struyk's penalty was well placed in the bottom right corner, but Roberts got down brilliantly to tip it onto the post. Just one of the several big stops he made to protect his side's 2-goal cushion. The win marks 4 consecutive victories for Millwall, who've lost just one of their last 8 games in all competitions. And Roberts is yet to concede while playing for the Lions. That is not true. I've just told you that. He conceded against Leyton Orient, so I imagine that they're only probably counting. Although I don't know why they would count cup games. I don't know. I don't know how they didn't see that. I swear he was in goal for that game. He was, though. It was an incredible win, said Roberts. Our lads took in for the game, I'm really proud of the boys and the lads who came in. Femi came back in and scored too. Wes Harding came in as well. So there was a real togetherness in the group, and we banded together, and now we are, in the next round, and we'll see what happens. I'm delighted. We're always pushing to striving to be better. The lads in front of me are incredible. Not just the back four, but from the front. And we start from the front and we work our way backwards. And it's just a pleasure to be part of the group. The penalty save is a credit to Andy Marshall and to Dan McClune. We look before every single game, not just this one. And I've gone with the way that we thought we were going to go, and it's ended up being right. So thanks to them. It was only Roberts' 4th start for Millwall in all competitions this season, coming in after his first choice stopper Lucas Jensen picked up an injury in their game against Luton last month. Roberts said, Lucas has been brilliant all year, he's done really well in every game he's played. And my job is to support that, and everyone wants to play football, but you just have to put that personal side apart and park it up, and, I'm there for Lucas whenever he needs me. Credit to the group, the coaching staff and the gaffer, and there's real togetherness and, an ethos in the group that we don't want to be beaten. We want to keep this continuing. Roberts also thanked the 2,000 travelling fans at Ellen Road for their support, with whom he could be seen celebrating after the final whistle. Incredible support. They were the 12th man, absolutely outstanding, and we all want to play football to win. When the whistle goes, I'm always over there with the fans, and you can't beat that winning feeling, and you can't replicate it anywhere else, and I'll take anywhere in the next round. It's nice to be in that hat again, and we look forward to the draw and seeing who we get. It is interesting. So obviously they're playing Roberts in the cup games, and it seems obviously he's quite senior play. He's no dummy, He got into the League One playoffs last season with Barnsley, whilst Lucas Jensen got goalkeeper of. I think he got the Golden Gloves in League One last season. He had the most clean sheets, but Lincoln didn't get in the playoffs. So they're 2 very good League One goalkeepers, and they're proving themselves in the Championship now, which is good to see. And Roberts has got a big opportunity now. Crystal Palace away, Premier League team. I mean, here we go. Here we go. Now moving on to this. Just give me a second to have a little drink because my throat is sore. Now, the dive. Tom Daley will be proud. Yeah, Football Insider 247.com. They've moved on from specious transfer speculation, and they're actually talking about incidents in games. Keith Hackett has had a go. He's had a word. He's putting it out there. Willie Notto conned referee with dive in Leeds versus Millwall. The former PGMO chief and ex-FIFA official exclusively told Football Insider that the Leeds star went to ground too easily as he won a penalty for the home team. And then they talk about the game, but then we get to we want to get down to the quote. He told Football Insider, God, in refereeing to see, to recognise, think and act is the process towards accurate decision making. And sadly, Leeds won the penalty kick incorrectly, in my opinion, through an act of simulation that the referee bought into. He was in a good position. I couldn't see a pull, push or trip. The player, recognising he was in the penalty area, just went to ground far too easily. Referees, you've just got to guard against giving soft penalty kicks and getting them wrong. Yeah, indeed. But I think, some refs, when the crowd make a noise, they respond to it. They're like Pavlov's dog, the bell rings and, it's time for food. They give the fans what they want. That's human nature, I'm afraid. You can't legislate against that. It's always going to happen. But there you go. Now, obviously, some people say, "Well, if we had VAR in the FA Cup, yeah, VAR is a whole can of worms as well." So luckily, we didn't get sawn off by this. Didn't really affect us. Obviously, if we had lost that game to this dodgy penalty that was scored, would have been a massive problem. We would have had a sour taste in our mouths, and yeah, that would have been something to think about. But just a shocking decision. Didn't even get touched, and he drops to the ground. The crowd go up in a roar, and the referee points to the spot. Just absolutely ridiculous. But what can you do? And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.